Good afternoon, everybody. It's Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. Hey guys, I've been talking a lot about these Ampex videotapes and video machines, and today I thought I'd cover one more thing that I did not cover. I did have a couple people ask about it. They're asking me, what do you mean by baking and cleaning? Well, every tape is breaking down, and the glue is starting to break down on these things, and you have to bake them to reset it. So basically what you do is you would set these in a food dehydrator and you would bake them for like 15 hours. That resets the glue binder and the sticky syndrome that's caused by that. But after you bake your tapes, normally you would have a cleaning machine for these tapes. But since I do not own one, I thought I would tell you my secret. My secret is using this stuff. This is sort of like a very fine canvas material. And you clean the side of the tape that's going to be around the drum in the fast forward or rewind mode. And that shears off a lot of the pollution and buildup from the tapes from sitting, which causes problems with your control track and your stability in your video when you're playing these things back. So I use a special cloth. It's sort of like a canvas, a very fine canvas, but this stuff doesn't scratch the tape. But it's abrasive enough to drag all the gook and all the pollution off the tapes that's sitting on the tapes from sitting for decades, which cleans up your tracks, your audio control track, audio track, and the tape will be a lot cleaner when it plays, and you will have much better stability like this. You want to get the stability back, and usually because the tapes are very dirty, you won't get the stability. But after you bake these tapes for 15 hours, you do have to clean them. I recommend this stuff. I found this at a fabric store. It's like a very fine canvas, a tan, but it doesn't scratch. But it's the makeup of the material is good enough to clean when you fast forward and you hold it to the side that's going to be playing around the drum. It drags all the pollution and all the buildup and all the flaky glue and stuff after the tapes are baked. All the debris comes right off of them on these little pieces of material, and it gets your tapes as clean as possible. So I recommend, it's like a canvas material. You could buy it at any fabric store. It's a very fine canvas. This is the stuff you really want to use. But you do have to bake your tapes, and once you bake them for a good 15 hours, this roughs up and cleans the magnetic material and gets all the pollution and gook off of it, so the control head can read the information properly without having pollutants all over the edge of the control head, which will make the videotape a lot more stable. Like this, it's more stable for a much better playback. So you want to bake your tapes for 15 hours, get them really baked for a long period of time to reset the glue binder and the sticky syndrome that these tapes go through. All magnetic media goes through this. So after you bake them for 15 hours, everybody asks me, what do you use to clean your tapes? Well, normally you would use a 1-inch cleaning machine, which I do not own one. They're like 15 grand. If there's anybody out there who happens to have one of them, wants to give it to me, I would gladly love to have one. It's a cleaning machine for 1-inch tapes. I would love to have one of those. But since I do not have one, the very next best thing is this cloth, which is like a canvas. It does a terrific job. And if you fast forward or rewind on the side that wraps around the drum, it cleans all the pollutions and debris off the tape itself. As you can see how dirty this thing is, and it gets the tracks clean enough where the heads can read the information, and you can get stability, and you won't get tracking errors and all that kind of stuff. So that's what you basically want to do. You want to clean the tape with this cloth. It's sort of like a canvas material. I can't even explain it. It's tan, but it's a very fine material. I got it at a fabric store. I bought a whole pack of it. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, and sometimes I'll cut it in strips as I need it. It's tan. I bought a whole wrap of it. It's like canvas material. You guys can't go wrong with that stuff. It does not scratch the videotape. What it does is it buffs the videotape. It buffs it out where it takes all the pollutants off the tape, not scratch it. This stuff works really, really well. You could use t-shirts as well, but that doesn't work as good as this does. Do not use any other materials. You will end up probably scratching the videotape, and you'll get lines on the videotape when you play it back. It's got to be some material that's not going to scratch the videotape, such as this canvas. This stuff is really good, guys. I've been using it for years. I bought a whole thing of it, and when I clean my videotapes, it gets all that pollutants and everything off of it after they're baked, and it cleans up the control track so you can get a good playback in the picture. That's what you want. And it's not an easy thing to do, because what happens is 9 times out of 10, the control tracks and audio tracks are dirty from pollutants, from sitting for a very long period of time, going sticky, and that type of thing. This makes it a lot easier to get a cleaner transfer and get the tapes through your machine. You do need to clean your tapes. You have to. There's no way around it, or you're just going to get complete crap for playback. And it ekes me. It drives me crazy when playback is not really, really good. So this is why I clean all my tapes, and I use this canvas material. It does a fantastic job cleaning the side that the tape wraps around the drum, and gets the control track and audio track really clean, so that the control head and audio head can read that information and stabilize the control sync so the video stays stable. And that's a very important thing, especially when you're dealing with tapes like this. Like I said, it's not an easy thing to do. These are very old tapes. You can only do so much with them, but I highly recommend this stuff. It's like a canvas material. You can get it in any fabric store. It's a very fine canvas material. You cut it in sheets. You bake your tapes for 15 hours. You're trying to get the most stable playback you can. Ampex tapes are not perfect, guys. They are glitchy. It's not a perfect medium. I mean, what I'm giving you is probably the best quality you'll ever get out of these. It's because these tapes and the machines that we used were very poor at the time. So you're really getting the best quality you can. So you might as well take it the whole 9 yards and bake your tapes and clean them as well after you rebuild the machine and get a perfect working machine. So you can get a really good machine and good playback like this. That's all you really can do, because these tapes are really hard to work with. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video.